Hello, everybody. We're gonna keep painting our model tonight. Just getting some stuff around yet. Let's just hang in there for a second. Just gonna post it up to the Facebook page and go from there so everybody else can join in. If they want, they don't have to. Force them. Force your friends. Force everyone you know. If you can't hear it, my wife is in the background making noises to mess with me. Now she's laughing because I called her out. All right, there it goes. It should be up online. So we are pretty much good to go. Let's do one more. It would be a great feature is if Facebook put everything into all the groups into alphabetical order so you knew exactly where everything was. And you have to spend 10 minutes scrolling through just to find one thing. It's probably not meant for people to have like 20 groups, but I do. We're already working a lot here, so maybe we should refocus for this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so the only difference between the last time and this time is I came in and I shaded everything with Agrax Earthshade. That's the only difference from where we ended. I also dropped it and broke it here and put it back together, and you really can't tell too much that I broke it. So that's good. But we'll probably start with the red from where we ended off. So last time we did corn red, but I will probably do this and a little bit of some sort of white to make it brighter. And we're going to really water it down. Actually, let's do gray. That's pretty bright, but that's okay. These are cartoonish, so it'll be all right. I was looking at different ways to make Chaos Dwarf characters the other day, and I gotta say, they're kind of trapped. There should be combat characters, but they have some awesome magic. At least I think it's pretty good, especially when coupled with other Chaos Dwarves that you can get the flaming bonus on or make something flammable. I put my phone down, but I had a little list of items I thought would be good. I'll pull it up here in a minute. These are pretty much glazes. This is mostly water. There's not much anything else to this but water and a little bit of paint. Okay, so we'll give that a second to dry, and we will look. I'll pull that up and see what kind of items I was looking at. Dropped them. Okay, I think the best one that I thought was just the normal wizard with a level 2 fire. And then you would give him, hopefully you'd get Fulminating Flame Cage, because that's an awesome spell. But you would always give him Fireball, his signature spell in 8th edition. So that he would, and this is a brighter color, just on the lower part of him. So just typical painting, you do less and less and less, focusing on raised areas. Nothing special. But you would give him the fire magic. Always take his fireball for his signature spell, because it's just so good. Especially coupled with other wizards, with the Lore of Heshet and the Lord section, because they would make him an actual better wizard. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make a really watered down one for his nose. Tip of his nose here. And a little bit on his cheek. I'm probably gonna pull a lot of that cheek one away. And then I'd also give him the Dawnstone to reroll failed armor save once per game. The Channeling Staff for +1 to channel. And the Dragon Helm for a 2-up ward save against flaming attacks and +1 armor. All that for him comes at 180, which is a lot, but dwarves are expensive point-wise. And especially Chaos Dwarves. Okay, let's pick something else. Let's do the horns. So let's do Usha Body Bone, but I'm gonna mix a little bit of brown that we had in last time in there, so it's like a lighter brown wash. We're just gonna stripe it, and that's where you just like draw thin lines. Throughout the model. So the Fulminating Flame Cage, the one you really want, is the one that takes dangerous terrain tests, which is probably something you're going to have to do, is hope that you can, this is a Chaos Dwarf player. I don't know, I haven't played him yet, but as a Chaos Dwarf player, I would assume you want to pin your opponent down in one corner and just annihilate him with artillery. They really don't have any other builds. Like, you could do centaurs and demons, but it's not quite the build I'm looking for. It's a different way to play. I want to play dwarves. I want to play evil dwarves. So I'm going to play as many evil dwarf options that I have. I also finished another print, which I'll show you here while we set this down for a second. And I think I made it too big. Or too small, rather. So I found this Hell Cannon 3D print file. And just a size comparison. I don't think that it's quite big enough. I think it needs to be scaled up a lot. And I already scaled it up 120%. So I think it needs to be scaled up more like 150. Maybe, who knows? Maybe on the table it's a little bit different. Maybe it is big enough. This is about the scale of it. I think it's too small. But it's the only way to get them, or to get something like it. And I think it's a pretty decent look. So we'll probably be painting this soon. Let's just skip right on to the more of the horns. Get some more water. You can also take Lure of Metal and Lure of Shadows with Chaos Dwarf Sorcerer, which is good, especially if you plan on fighting other dwarves. Both are actually pretty good against other dwarves or Chaos Warriors. But I think just the damage output of fire is better. Or here we might as well start his teeth. His tusks. Alright, let's just go right to... Let's do his skin since we're here. Now we'll jump into the Bugman's Glow. So we just need a little bit of water. And we'll do that up. I don't think we have any audio, do we? Let's try fixing that. Oh, no, we have audio. Okay, we can keep going. So we have our Bugman's Glow. We're just going to take a watered down version of this as well. Pretty much go over as a highlight over all his skin. Everywhere on the model. Come to hairdos hands. I see we forgot to do our skulls. So we'll have to do those again later. Get the other hand. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Just a little bit more on that. Just bring his nose back out. We'll probably do another pink wash on that later, just to make it a little bit more cartoonish. Okay, so let's do, because we still have some Uchiwari left, let's do the skulls. Let's do a little bit of the skulls. I'm going to add a little bit of brown to these. It's too much water. Take some off. Still a little bit too much. There we go. This is just a light layer because we're going to dry brush over these later. It's just I'll pull them out. So I'm going to use some of that brown I made last week and a little bit of the gray to come in and highlight up the top of his hat here too. I also printed a couple more of these guys because you're going to need We don't have Castellans yet from Fable is. I can't remember how to pronounce it. But he hasn't done any more characters really outside of this one. So until he does, we'll just be running straight wizards. Get a little bit more. This is kind of like a glazing technique where we put all the highlights at the top and really thin water down. You can come in and dab it as dots if you wanted. You can kind of tell what we're doing. It's still pretty wet. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's go in. Let's go in and we'll do a highlighting layer for the skin. So we've already got some white. I still have some of that skin tone. Okay. Let's do the trimming. Actually, let's do the wood because we have this brown. Not a good brown, but we have a brown. We'll just do some wood grains. Okay, now we'll go to the trim. I'm thinking we probably are just gonna maybe we'll do gray. That's too much. Let's do a light yellow with a little bit of this gray. And what I'm gonna do for that is we have some yellow last week from something. Just gonna pull a little bit there. Take it, and we're gonna go over everything. So trim for this guy. We'll see how it turns out. If we don't like it, it'll be a thin enough layer that we can come back and go do something else. I was looking at the llama suit upgrade for the Lord again, and it's so bad. Definitely take a Grey Bull Centaur if you can. If you're playing Chaos Dwarves. Because the llama suit, I'm sure it's got its place. But it's just so expensive. It just doesn't feel like it fulfills a role. I wish we could get the magma cannons. Still, because I would definitely try to get one. Or print one if someone made one. The Lord level characters have access to Hash Shut, and I think it's pretty good. There's some spells in there that are really good, and it almost forces you to take one. You need that. You need some of their spells. One, the Ashes one, is exactly like Fulminating Flame Cage, but it makes the unit flammable. It's so much better to have the option to do that twice or to two different people. Preferably, you'd have your Lord go first. Hopefully, you wouldn't fail any spells. Gets that off. I think it's called Ashes. I can't remember exactly what it's called without looking at it. Hopefully, it gets it off, and then that unit's flammable. You hit him with a fireball from your other wizard. It's hopefully a level 2. And then if you have Fulminating Flame Cage or really anything else past that, you could do anything else to some other unit. Effective way of dealing with Death Star units as well. I don't really play with too many people who use Death Stars, so that's pretty great. Something I don't have to worry about. Not saying that they won't someday. Tim, Tony, Dylan. But for now, none of us really do anything like that. We'll let that sit for a minute. Actually, we won't. We will get a slightly brighter yellow. Just kind of do a rough point highlight on these ones that are still kind of wet. Okay. Let's do a little bit of this actually on his tusks. It's pretty watery. We can get a little bit of yellowing on his teeth. Okay, let's do the gold, and then we'll do the skulls, and then we'll do the beard. Gold's easy. We're just gonna get his gold, shake it up, get a brush that's not wet. It's a tiny bit. Take most of it off on a piece of paper towel. Come back in and just kind of dab at it. And dry brush some other parts. And a little goes a long way. That's pretty much it for that. I'm actually going to take some older shining gold and do the same thing. This one you barely want to use any of, just on the highest parts, because it's going to really refract light. That's it. Silver the gold. Let's do his beard. No, let's do his skulls. Let's do his tiny skulls. We're going to do Ushabati Bone. Actually, we'll do Zambi Dust first, and then we'll do Ushabati Bone. Same thing. Pick a small brush you can kind of dry brush with. Take out most of the paint. That's pretty much it. And we have a little bit here. We'll do his beard just a tiny bit. Just to pull out those raised areas. Easy. Okay, so got the gem and the rest of the skulls. Let's do Ushabati Bone now. Same thing, just a little bit. Take most of it off. Paper towel. Now this I'll use a teeny bit on his tusks to help cover up that yellow that we did. The rest is going on his beard ornaments. That's pretty much it. See something I wanted to fix over there. A little highlight for the head. That's pretty much it for that one. So I think we've done everything. All we really have is this gem on his forehead, which we're going to make green. So I got to get some green paints real quick. Or we can use a special green. Right? We can do it the other way. Okay, so we'll take these colors and I'll take a dark green. All right, we'll take this. Cable eye green, good enough. We just need a teeny bit. Take it off, put it on. He's got a little ring over here too. Now, while that's kind of drying, we're going to get a slightly brighter green. We're going to kind of mix it up a little bit. What we're doing is we're doing the brightest part of the gem, the top. Just making it brighter and brighter. And I do have a wash here for it, but I don't know if we'll even use it, to be honest. That's pretty much good enough. Just looking at him, this is pretty much all I want to do with this little guy. It didn't take a whole lot to get to the end. It's not an amazing paint job, but it's decent. We can do another yellow highlight while we're here, though. Let's take it back to Aberlin Sunset. Really draw a lot of these colors back to true yellow. And that's where we're going to leave it. I'll take some high quality photos and put it on the page later. But for now, that's it. That's all it took. Let's see if we can autofocus it. This camera is super finicky. All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.